Hi y'all, it's Gabi Day, founder and owner of Bright Body, and in this video I'm going to show you how to do lymphatic drainage. Specifically in this video we're going to go over dry brushing, and then in another video we're going to go over the lymph massage for nighttime. So, quick overview of the lymphatic system. It runs parallel to the circulatory system, but it doesn't have a pump like we have the heart for our blood. You have to physically move your body, move the skin, move the lymph in order to get it moving. Lymph doesn't always drain really well on its own, and what happens is the lymph nodes, which are located throughout the body, and our face and neck specifically, they're really concentrated right about here, along the collarbones, along the neck. Of course, there's more in our face. But when the lymph nodes get congested, the lymph can't properly drain. And when things get stagnant, that can cause a host of issues. It can cause things like clogged pores, blackheads, acne, dull skin, dehydrated skin, slowed healing, fine lines. So lymphatic drainage can address all of those things. Pretty much any skin type can benefit from lymphatic drainage. Since lymph follows the flow of gravity, it's really important to open up the lymph nodes in the neck first. If you spend all of your time focusing on your face, but the lymph nodes in the neck are still clogged, you're not really going to have any benefits. So even if all you have time for is 30 seconds in the morning for dry brushing, just focus on your neck. Just start there, and then you can add in the rest of the routine when you have time. So lymphatic drainage is contraindicated if you have a fever, if you have any kind of infection, if you're sick, please skip it. If you have a heart condition, please be very gentle. If you have allergies, actually lymphatic drainage can be super helpful. So let's get started with dry brushing. I use this brush from Province Apothecary. I'll put a link down below so you can find it. Whatever brush you're using, make sure it's super soft. So the goal of lymph drainage is not to scrape your skin. Ugh, no thank you. The goal is to just be very gentle to move the lymph, very light pressure, light flicking motions. You're not pressing, you're not pinking up the skin in any way, shape, or form. And I like to do it just on dry face. My brush is dry. There are certainly methods you can use with facial serums. I'll put that information in the description. So with that in mind, we'll get started at the neck. Like I said, always opening up the neck first, then moving on to the face. You're gonna do those light flicking motions. I start kind of at one side of the neck, light flicks, working all the way up to the ear and back down. And I do that across the whole neck. So super light flicking motions. You'll see my skin is not reacting at all. That's the goal. You don't want any redness, any irritation, and this brush is super soft, so it really helps with that. I like to change hands at this point. Same thing. Working all the way up to under the ear. So just make sure that you really address the neck well before moving on to the face. Next step, we're going to do down in front of the ears 3 times on each side. And then we're going to go from midpoint on the chin out to the jaw again. It's where a lot of lymph nodes are concentrated, as I mentioned. 3 times each side. Then from the corners of the mouth to the jaw, 3 times each side. Then the lower corners of the nose to the jaw, 3 times each side. You can see there's a rhythm happening. And then from kind of the inner corners of the eye, just don't poke your eyes out, down to the jaw again, 3 times each side. And then you're going to do down on the temples 3 times each side. And then you're going to go out and slightly down from midpoint on your forehead to the temples 3 times each side. And then the last bit, you're gonna kind of go down in front of the hairline along your ears, down to the jaw, and then the neck. Just kind of encouraging everything to start draining from the top down. And voila, that's it. Because this is done more quickly with those shorter flicking motions, it tends to be more stimulating. So focus on that one in the morning. If you only have time for a little bit, just focus on the neck portion. It should take you 30 seconds. The whole routine should take you 2 to 5 minutes, depending on how speedy you are. So thanks so much for watching, and feel free to reach out with any questions that you have. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.